Well, Tulsa's home, and it's like I'm always leaving here, but it's always like I've never left. I'm from here. I was raised in Tulsa and then left for high school to the Institute of American Indian Arts in New Mexico. And I've lived there most of my life, and in Hawaii the last 3 years. I live in Hawaii. I teach at UCLA, so I commute.
What a commute.
Well, it's always an honor to be recognized from the place that you're from the place that, fed you and helped put you out into the world. And it doesn't always happen, There's, many people I know have worked hard, they don't get recognized at all. Many people haven't had the opportunities or haven't been as hard-headed as me or stubborn. I've also failed a lot, too. It's interesting, you see my resume, but I'm going to write my anti-resume. I've got little notes on it about all the ways I failed. All of the times that I, didn't do this, or I did this or this, and that list would be really, really long. So, yeah, and despite that, yes, I can go home again. But, so it means a lot to me, and it's really about the struggles it's not just my struggles, it's about, because I started out, at one point I was living in Tahlequah. I'm going to read that story today. Living on squirrels and commodity cheese, a lethal combination, and washing clothes out in a rub board. I've come through it's a lot, but it's not just me. I have my people behind me, my family. I have those stories, those songs that they were doing, long before I was born, and that, you think about the kind of people that were able to make it over all the way from the southeast to leave everything. I would have stopped in New Orleans. I probably would have got caught up in New Orleans partying or something, and I would have never made it and been there to, hung in there. And so all of that, to me, when I think of this award, it's about that, and it's also about the power of the poetry and the words, which is beyond me. It doesn't come from me. I'm a craftsperson. I take the stuff, it comes through, and I have to work with it to help it get out there. But I don't fool myself. It's not, it doesn't come, it comes through me. It's not, it's not mine. And so that's what it's about. Well, I think as a human being, our experiences, the experiences that we tend to learn from, because we're very hard-headed, at least I know that I am. You need a little attention, and things tend to come out of that. I think, too, being a Creek person or a native person in this country, in which we were 100% of the population of the Western Hemisphere, and now in the U.S. we're 0.5% and growing. There's you have to walk through that, I think, I think anybody eventually has to, but it's part of all of us. And so, of course, pain, I think, is part of it. But my work really, I work out of the heart. It's about love, or the Muscogee word anagichka. And that's, even walking through, that's where it comes from, that's where it's going. The writing for children is new. I just had a book come out from Harjo, The Good Luck Cat, and that came from having my first granddaughter. And then the cat thing, my Aunt Lois Harjo used to tell me a lot of stories, and she used to tell me that some cats were good luck. And so I kind of spun off of that about a cat who gives everybody good luck, gives people good luck at the bingo, and helps find things. All you have to do is touch the cat, but then the cat has terrible luck. And it's also a story about a girl and her cat, but yes, it is different. I've got other stories going on, that I'm working on for children's books. But it's much different. But also, you don't really. I think what's similar is that you work from your heart and you don't talk down to anyone. you know, you look at someone, you look across at someone and see the you in them and the them in you, and that's, I think that works at any age. I think once they have, I think the first thing is getting books. I think that the books sell themselves. Once they have a book in hand, there's nothing like, it's like carrying a little world inside your hands, and that's what's always been so wonderful about it. And I used to spend a lot of time at the Tulsa Library, not in the downtown, but it was a little branch. I forget what branch it was. And I would go in there and check out 10, 15, 20 books at a time, or whatever my limit was. And it saved my life in a way, and it was, you know, you open up a world every time you opened up a book. It's what humans do, you know. Insects, you know, sing their little stories on their wings. And you know, dogs go around and sniff the ground and each other. You know, they're picking up stories. That's what it is. You know, there's stories, and that's what I think every creature. You know, it's stories and songs. That's what we live to do. You know, we get up in the morning, we start telling each other stories and talking and communicating. I mean, the internet is just an extension of that. But there's still, you cannot, well, I guess there's e-books now and so on, but there's still, even then, that's not opening up smelling the ink and, you know, opening up the book. There's something, I think, that's, you know, good, you know, that I like about that. Yes, I've got a new and selected that I'm working with Norton to probably get it out in about a year. And then a book of stories from Norton. They started out as the one I'm reading today. I call it Mostly True, but that's my version. Everybody has their own versions, and then, you know, the versions shift. Every time you tell it, it changes. And then, you know, now they've become more fictional, the stories. And then I'm working on a new CD. I've let go the band as it was, and I'm working on music on my own. So that's scary, but it's also what I'm in the middle of right now, too. I keep the name. I can go out as, you know, poetic justice with whoever. Yeah.
Joy, thank you very much.
Thank you.